What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is NONPFIXION. This is my co-host Zach, and this is RealFansSports, and we are your finalists. And today we're talking about the conference semifinals of the NBA. So, Zach, start us off.
So we just went ahead and wrapped up round one of the NBA playoffs. Me and Non had a close little battle. I had Atlanta, lost that one. I had the 76ers. Non had Toronto. I got that win. Tied up. And then the final deal breaker was for the Memphis and Minnesota series. Non had Minnesota. I had Memphis. So I'm up by one. I'm up by one in the series count.
Yes.
But as for that, we're going to roll right into the second round conference semifinal. Starting off on the Western side, we got the Phoenix Suns versus the Dallas Mavericks. So start these things off. I know a lot of people, a lot of talking heads are saying, man, Phoenix, they struggled against, a number 8 seed. They lost 2 games. They were out Booker, whatever. Like, man, they might have some trouble even against Dallas. I don't really see that. I think Dallas, even now that Luka's back and Brunson's been playing really well, they still didn't do a whole lot of things together that impressed me against Utah. They still had a lot of close games. It was very low scoring, which is what Phoenix would prefer since they are, a high-ranked defensive team. I think Phoenix, after hearing what everyone said, but them having the ability to close out series, taking the 6th game at home in New Orleans, and then come back with that momentum, having Devin Booker finally fully healthy, ready to go. CP3 coming off a perfect night. I think Phoenix is going to go ahead and win this series over Dallas. I think it's going to end in probably about the same. I'm going to give it 6 games. I think Dallas will take 2, but Phoenix is going to win it in 6.
I'm kind of the opposite of what you're saying. It's not that I think that Dallas is going to run through them and can just beat them. I think it's not going to be as easy. Because the one thing that we learned from Dallas with Luka out in those first 2 games is that, hey, there's other stars there. There's other guys who actually can ball. And Brunson showed up big time. Didn't we look like a player that we didn't know he could actually be since the first time he got here? But now he showed he can be a star.
Oh, he was shooting lights out on Game 6. Man, lights out on Game 6.
he was killing. Even with Bullock showing up in the corner threes and doing his part, I feel like it's going to be a tougher matchup for them. Dallas is a little bit beefier in some parts.
Yeah.
And can give them a little bit more challenge on the 50-50 balls, a little more challenge in the corners, a little more challenge up front with the defense because they scrappy. They don't mind getting dirty. You know what I'm saying? So, I still feel like in the long run, Phoenix might pull it out at the end, but I think it's going to probably go 7.
7.
So,
yeah, I'm excited for that Mikal Bridges and Luka matchup. I think that's going to be really fun to watch. Luka's so fundamental. He's a very good scorer, but he can also be flashy. He can hit some nasty fadeaways. He can get in, get aggressive. I think it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun series. So, but I got Phoenix in 6. You got him in 7, and then we'll roll right over to the Golden State Warriors, who showed out last series against Denver, and went ahead and won it in 5, versus the Memphis Grizzlies, the young Bucks with some attitude. Ja Morant's dad, who looks like Usher. They're going up against each other. What's your thoughts, P? What you got this series looking like?
Well, I'll say it like this. If we constantly have to compete with the referees, if we have to compete with the third team on the court, it's going to be a very tough challenge. It's already a tough challenge. I'm one of the very few Warriors fans that'll say this is not an easy series. By no means whatsoever. It's not an easy series. Just because Memphis is young doesn't mean they're a pushover, doesn't mean they're easy to eliminate. It does mean there's some things they don't have any experience with when it comes to the playoffs. That's a plus on the Warriors side. But at the same time, they're young, they have shooters, and if they're playing on all cylinders, they're a hard team to beat. Now, granted, the previous times that the Warriors have met them, they have beat the Warriors on multiple occasions. But what many people seem to forget is most of those times the Warriors weren't even at full capacity. And all those games were close when they didn't have those players. And of course, playoffs is a different type of breed of game. Both sides, the refereeing looked atrocious. And I hate that nobody's really talking about it. It made the game look bad.
Yeah, the officiating just like overall in the playoffs this year has been like you have one game where they're allowing in, a lot of people's reference is this 90s basketball. And then they have some where it's so ticky-tacky, like these are their own newborn childs that they're trying to protect. Anytime they
Right.
touch them, it's a foul. Like you don't know what you're gonna come in and expect. So I mean, both teams have to be on their toes and be ready to get a feel for the refs within the first quarter, 2 quarters, and be able to adjust to the refs' gameplay, which I think is just a terrible concept. I know for me personally, Golden State, Memphis, man, Golden State just looks so dangerous. And, like you said, we did get to see a first look at game 1 in that matchup where Golden State was able to win off of a really bad officiating tonight, a lot of which led to, their star players being put in foul trouble, Draymond getting kicked out, and they were still able to pull out that 1-0 lead. It went down to the wire, but they were able to pull away with it.
Yeah.
And I think that says a lot about Golden State's, like you said, experience in the playoffs and experience as, a head coach and all around. I definitely have Golden State winning this. I have it going. I don't think Memphis is going to go unbothered. I think we're going to see a lot of 6. We're still waiting for that 7-game series. I could see it going either way, but I think Golden State's going to go ahead and win this one in 6 as well.
I mean, just to add on to what you're saying, I think it's going to be in 6 as well. But this is Memphis's coming out party. This is their coming out party right here. This is a good way to come out. You're playing one what's considered one of the best teams in the last 7-8 years. You know what I'm saying? And they're still a top tier team. But Memphis looks really good. I just want officiating to be the same across the board for all games.
I'm with you on that one because. Originally, if we would have done the full entire playoff bracket, I may even given a nod to Memphis if it wasn't for just how dominant Golden State looked in that first series. They really reminded me, gave me flashbacks of that 72 win team.
Yeah,
I got some flashbacks of it. Not saying that they're that or at that level, but I got some flashback of that intensity and that scoring ability and. So that it was exciting, and
everybody
makes it hard for anyone to beat Golden State.
Steph Curry compared them to the 2015 squad that nobody was looking at. So, and I see that. In actuality, the Warriors let this game go 7. It's a possibility they can be knocked out in 7. You know what I'm saying? It's a very good possibility because 7 games gives Memphis all the hope because they have nothing to lose.
And it'll be at home as well. That's why I think it is important for Golden State to win it in 6. I think going into 7, that'll be a fight to remember. That'll be a game to remember in this playoffs. So rolling right on over, we're going to hop into the Eastern Conference side of things. Miami versus the 76ers, who are dealing with a hurt Joel Embiid, who suffered with a concussion and a forget how they word it, but basically a fracture in the eye.
A left orbital fracture.
Left orbital fracture. So we know he's going to miss at least 5 days. We're not sure if that means he's going to miss the first 2 games or just the first one. But, Philly, I was even going to go on a whim and say 5 games. But if he has to miss more than 2 games, I honestly don't know. Because you're going to have to hope that James Harden hops into, the hot tub time machine and goes back to his heyday and starts putting up threes and making shots and playing confident for them to get out of this series. Until we know exactly what's going on with Embiid, I would have Philly going above Miami. But I have it going close, knowing that he's going to at least miss 1 to 2. And I'm going to say Philly in 7.
From what I've seen on the TV, he's missing 2 for sure. Games 3 and 4 are questionable. They think that he may just, fight through the pain and put the mask back on and come back in game 3. I know we talked about it when we laughed about it and BS about it. I feel like Miami can beat 76ers. Like you said, if Harden and Maxey combined can't find a genuine cohesiveness to really play at a high level, I guarantee you this first game they're losing. If James Harden can't beat the 2017-2016 James Harden, the step back 3, look at you, shrug your shoulders, get the shot up, Harden, they're not winning.
They're going to struggle.
They're going to struggle. They better hope that Embiid comes back in 3. Miami, knowing that they're fighting a wounded animal, they're going to play smart, but they're going to attack James Harden. And then that's going to put all the pressure on the young buck Maxey. Even though I think Maxey can go for 25, 30 in a game, can he do it for 4 games, 5 games consecutively? That's the question.
My biggest thing that had Sixers above Miami was that I don't think Adebayo could cover Embiid the way that he needed to. But with Embiid being out, like I said, if he doesn't come back by that 3rd game, it's going to be scary for the 76ers fans.
I'm going to go out on a limb. If Embiid don't come back, Miami in 5. If Embiid come back, Miami in 6.
Okay.
I don't think it's going 7.
I like it. And then roll right on to our last game. And this is probably I wouldn't say the most exciting, I think the Golden State Memphis is the most exciting one, but like this Milwaukee Boston game series is
Yes.
going to be really fun to watch as well. Boston goes out 4-0's Brooklyn. Everyone thought it might even go the opposite way, where Brooklyn would 4-0 Boston, and now we're seeing this. And me and Non have asked this question to ourselves and to chat during our live streams: is this because Boston is actually that good, or was Brooklyn just that beaten up and just that lost as far as like being together as a team? And it's hard to say that Boston didn't go out and earn this. And saying that, we did get to catch the first game. We did see that they lost, I believe, by 12. Boston going down, and Giannis had a absolute insane MVP, triple double performance. Even after watching that first game, I'm gonna go with my initial gut was with this series, and I really want to see an Embiid Giannis matchup. But there was something about the way that Boston played that really excited me. I think they are gonna have trouble with Giannis down low the whole entire series. But like they are going to be able to cover Drew and Middleton a little bit better. If they can do that and keep those guys to lower scoring points, I think Boston has a good chance in this series. I think this is going to be a 7-game series. And like I said, my initial gut before that first game was Boston. After watching the first one, I'm kind of like, probably going to be the Bucks. But I'm just going to stick with what my gut was earlier, even though I know this one's probably going to be an L for me. And I'm going to say Boston's going to go ahead and take it in 7.
Before, I was unsure. I was always thinking Giannis is going to make it to Eastern Finals. Watching that first game, I'm damn sure believing now he's going to make it to the Eastern Finals.
Yeah.
Now, I know Boston was the first team to be out of the first round, and they had a lot of time to rest, which kind of you would think, okay, maybe that kind of maybe hindered them some. Just because I know sometimes if you have too much time to prepare, that's not a good thing. You know what I'm saying? So in that situation, maybe they just had too much time to prepare and overthought the first game. But Milwaukee looked so dominant on all phases, in the paint, in the three. I mean, the rebounds, like Giannis, he looked like a grown man playing against a bunch of little kids.
I think he took offense to everyone saying that Jokic is the MVP this year. I think Giannis
I think so too. Yeah,
who the real king is out here. Okay, like
Giannis is not afraid to bang in the paint. He's not afraid of that. Like I always say, the team follows the leader. If the leader ain't afraid, the team won't have any fear either. And they don't care. They don't care about getting on the ground, getting dirty, getting the 50-50 balls. They don't care about that. They care in getting it, but they don't care about doing it. Right. I feel like Milwaukee's going to actually come out of this matchup and maybe 6 games. I'm gonna say Milwaukee in 6. If Boston continues to play at this level, Milwaukee in 4.
Right.
But if they step it up some and become more competitive, I'm still saying Milwaukee at least in 6.
Yeah, I think you're right on that with the extra amount of rest. I mean, everyone kind of jumped back on them, got off of the Boston wagon after one bad game. They just played a absolute perfect series against Brooklyn, perfect to a T. There was not many mistakes that you can go back and watch. So they had one bad game. How strong is their mental fortitude to come through this and get back to that style of play and whatnot? I think it's going to be overall. I still think it's going to be a really exciting series. And it should be some fun. So just to do a quick replay here, I got Phoenix coming out, and then you have Phoenix as well. We both have Golden State. We're both on the same page over on the Western Conference. And then over for the East, we're taking opposite turns. I'm going 76ers. Non has the Miami Heat.
Yeah.
I got the Boston Celtics, and then Non's got the Milwaukee Bucks and the Greek Freak himself.
That man was molded out of clay by God's hands himself. That dude is a beast, man. Oh my goodness, that dude is a beast.
Yeah, I'll say this one thing, guys, because I think there's a lot we could talk about too. Maybe look out for a playoff breakdown, round 1 breakdown video. That might be something that'd be fun to do.
That could be, we could definitely do something like that. Let us know in the chat. What are your thoughts? Who are you picking? Are you going for Phoenix over Dallas or Dallas over Phoenix? Golden State, Memphis. Please tell us. Give us your 1-to-1s. Give us your ideas. Tell us how wrong we are or how right we are. Give us information down bottom in the chat. Don't forget, check out all the other videos we have on the channel, and we will be live for multiple games in the playoffs, all the way up to the finals. But thank you guys for watching this video. We truly appreciate you. For my co-host Zach, my name is NONPFIXION, and this is RealFansSports, and this has been our conference semifinals breakdown and prediction video. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day, night, evening, morning, noon, wherever you are in the world today. We'll catch you on the next one, man. Thank you for watching the video. Peace and love, you guys. Cheers.